Excellent. Okay. I started my day today like I start my day every day, which is I get up and I read the newspaper. And I do it the same way that President Eisenhower did it, is I read the sports section first. And when the press corps asked President Eisenhower why he read the sports section first, he said he wanted to study or wanted to look at achievement rather than failure, which I think is good sense. Way to go. In Eisenhower's time, there was a lot of failure, I think, going on. The one thing that I heard all my life is that sports builds character. That sports builds character, and that's why we want to have our young people involved in sports, is because it builds character. And the other day, about 7 weeks ago, I got up and got my newspaper, and I walked out and I got my sports section as I always did, and the headline was that the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers had been detained for the rape of a 20-year-old college student in a bar very much like this. He had gotten drunk and found a drunk college girl and took her in the restroom and had sex with her. Now, I know sports builds character, right? Here's one of our top athletes in the country. It doesn't seem like a whole lot of character was built there. So I started thinking of some of the other football players that I've heard about recently. Pacman Jones, one of the stars in the NFL, went into a strip club and took $10,000, threw it in the air, and a riot ensued, and one of the security staff was shot and killed. Nothing says character to me more than strip clubs. Ray Lewis went to a nightclub. A gun battle took place. 2 people from his entourage shot 2 other people when interviewed by the police. He said he wouldn't talk to the police because these were his homies, and he certainly wouldn't want to do anything to get them in trouble after they shot 2 bystanders. Once again, sports builds character. So I started thinking about it. It's got to be true. I mean, we don't do all these sports for no reasons. Sports must build character. So I started to think about other sports and what the top performers in these sports did. What were they like as people? So I go, America's pastime. Certainly the leading and best people in American pastime would show these issues of character in their work. And I thought, okay, baseball. Who's the best player in baseball? The person with the most hits ever in baseball? Pete Rose. A lot of character there. Pete did do a little bit of time in prison for tax evasion. He has been banned for life for gambling and lying about it for 15 years. Okay, Pete doesn't count. Let me go to another one. Roger Clemens, the best pitcher of our time. Roger Clemens. I mean, certainly sports builds character. Our best pitcher will show some character. There was a grand jury meeting today to indict Roger Clemens on lying to Congress about using steroids. He also admitted to an affair with a 16-year-old country music singer. Okay, Roger Clemens, not such a good example of building character in sports. So maybe baseball's not working. Let's go to basketball. Basketball, maybe there's some character building going on in basketball. I don't even tell you how many plays. Let's look at the best players ever in basketball. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, certainly the best player of strong character. He was divorced for multiple infidelities and has a alleged gambling addiction. Okay, he's not a good one. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. How about Kareem? A fine character. There was the arrest for the pound of marijuana sent to him by Federal Express. Okay, that one's not working. Anybody know who scored the most points in the single NBA game? Wilt Chamberlain, that is correct. Wilt Chamberlain. Of strong character? Let's see. Wilt, in his autobiography, admitted he was proud to announce that he had met his goal of having sex with 10,000 different women. Way to go. Certainly of high character. 10,000 women. How about golf? How about golf? What do you think, golf? All right. it's too easy to pick on Tiger at this point. Although I am wanting to take this opportunity because I want to start a new trend. I don't think Tiger should be able to call himself Tiger anymore. I think we give him a different cat name. I think we change it from Tiger to Cheetah. You got to think about it a little bit. Cheetah, come on, that's not bad. I see you liked it. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Sports builds character. And all these top athletes seemed to be the opposite was happening. They weren't building character at all. And what we find in our research is in order to be an elite athlete, you don't play by the same rules. You don't build character. But character, because of their hyper competitiveness, because of the way they're built, our top athletes don't have the type of character building that happens in sports for the vast majority of people who perform sports. These are representing less than 1% of the people who do sports. Most people get a tremendous amount of character building from sports. The Women's Health Foundation reports that girls who are involved in sports are significantly less likely to become pregnant in high school by a vast majority. Less than 1% of the girls who are performing in team athletics in high school become pregnant, compared to 7.5% of the population as a whole. They lose their virginity far later in life. They have fewer sexual partners. For boys who are involved in team sports, we see a higher graduation rate. We see a lower use of drugs in high school. Sports truly does build character, and it's important. And some of my research deals with the work of a theorist named Harry Stack Sullivan. And Sullivan is an interpersonal theorist, and he says that we need sports because it helps us develop what he calls the 3 C's. The 3 C's are the behaviors of competition. Certainly sports teaches us competition. We learn how to play fair. Even though we lose a game 14-1, we have to go shake the hands on the other team, even though we don't want to. We learn that there are rules, there's referees, there's things like that go on. That competition is important to know how to compete at a fair and equitable way. We learn the 2nd C of cooperation, and sports certainly teaches us how to cooperate. If you've ever watched a single play take place in football, you know the huge amount of cooperation that's going on. Everybody has their job. And the final one is of compromise. Sports teaches us how to compromise. We don't play all the time. Other kids play. We learn these skills. And these skills are very important for the following reasons. And this is kind of how we get them is through sports. And why they're important is because, according to Sullivan, these 3 C's are your foundation for your relationships as an adult. By learning these skills, we become better partners later in life. Sports makes our kids, our young adults, better partners. And they do so by, think about how much competition goes on in a relationship. All right? At the end of the month, there's $1,000 left over. I want to put it in savings. My wife wants to buy shoes. All right? We're going to compete for those resources. We're going to compete for time. I want to have Christmas at my parents'. She wants to have Christmas at her parents'. We're going to have these competitions. Now, if we know how to handle them, we're going to be better partners. Compromise. Anybody who's been married at all knows the amount of compromises that go on. I'm pretty sure my wife in the corner there does have a new pair of shoes on today. We put some in the savings account. She has some shoes. We make a huge number of compromises. And cooperation, finally. What relationship does not have a huge amount of cooperation? You get the groceries. I'll pick up the kids. We'll plan these projects. Lots of cooperation goes on. And if sports gives us these, as Sullivan states, then we're making, by having kids involved in sports, better partners for their adult intimate relationships. And interestingly enough, if I go through the list of the people at the beginning, Roger Clemens, divorced. Pacman Jones divorced, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar divorced, Michael Jordan divorced, Ray Lewis divorced, Tiger Woods pretty much going to be divorced. All of these people who did not get these character strengths fail in their adult relationships. So sports, to me, is hugely important in the development of character, and it does a great job of developing character in our children and young adults.